Welcome back, I'm Brent Meredith. If you've ever seen a drag performance or been to a drag pageant, you have to acknowledge that each entertainer's performance really takes a tremendous amount of planning, preparation, and of course talent. And the popularity of drag performers has steadily been on the rise in recent years for a number of reasons. But what's the story behind the makeup, the wigs, and the heels? So here with me tonight to help us better understand what's happening on and off the stage is my good friend Jared Davis, also known as Vidalia Anne Gentry, Miss TN USofA. I got to get the title in there. Welcome, it's good to see you.
Thank
so
you.
You're here today as Jared. Are you going to be speaking on yours and Vidalia's behalf? Is that fair?
Sure,
okay. So before we jump into some of the exciting news I was mentioned about you, I want to pick your brain if I might.
Sure,
so.
absolutely.
Given the rise of drag performances and popularity, you know, anytime you go to play these days, there's plenty of straight women and men, and you know, RuPaul's Drag Race has got ratings. So I mean, on the one hand, we've got this popularity, but then on the other hand, we see all of this political sort of backlash towards, you know, and I get the difference between transgender and drag performers, but some of the drag performers do live their lives as transgendered individuals. So. What do you take out of all of that? I mean, how can it both be popular and people paying more attention and then also be so divisive?
Well, I think if you look at the entertainment sector ever, I mean, whether it's a racial issue or a sexuality issue or a gender issue, people are just fine taking entertainment from somebody they may then go and stab in the back. Like,
no, that's a fair point.
It's been an issue for a long time. I think that we had talked about, you know, whether it's easier to live as trans or as a drag performer. I think that it's definitely easier to live as a drag performer. I get to take the makeup off at the end of the night. Yeah. I can go live my life as a cisgendered man, which I think is a huge privilege. Right. And a lot of people don't have that. And
because you don't see yourself as transgender, you don't feel like you were a woman born to a man's body.
No, and I think that drag is definitely intersects with trans, both with trans performers, but also because it is an art form that crosses gender lines, which I mean is by definition trans. Yeah. So I think that, you know, it definitely intersects. But for me personally, no, I'm not trans. But there are plenty of drag performers who are.
And you see probably firsthand how some of them have to react to this. I mean, it's got to be a constant struggle for them, right? I mean, with the bathroom bills and all the other things coming down the pipeline. I mean, do we really want to see a transgender, you know, female in a men's restroom? I mean, that's kind of silly, right? I mean.
Yeah, no, I think that's silly. Yeah, for sure. Like,
I mean, I don't preach to the choir, but.
And I mean, performers here in Nashville have put together videos. I mean, you may have seen Aurora's video, which, I mean, very striking. I mean, it made that exact point. But I think that also, like, we're really stuck on this whole binary concept, and I think that that's making a big issue. Okay.
Well, and let's just shift gears, if I can talk, and talk about you. I mean, we've been serious, but now let's get to the fun part. So I think we've got some pictures of you as Vidalia. Okay. We're going to be showing those here. We'll roll through some of those. Yeah, there's one. I think that you said in our email exchange that was an earlier version,
right? Yeah, that's a little throwback.
Little throwback there. So when did you first do drag, and when did you seriously consider doing it on this scale? I mean, that's a pretty hefty scale there. You know, you don't just stumble on that wig and, you know, Hobby Lobby.
I started drag just over 2 years ago. The first time I stepped on stage was the last Sunday in December of 2014, I guess. And I had just gone through a period where people were like, you should do drag, probably because there's me looking good.
Because you look so good at it. I mean, that's one of the pictures of, I think, one of your performances on your winning night, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So that I have a few cocktails. I love to lip sync. People were like, you should do drag, and I'm like, all right, well, how does somebody do drag? Yeah. And then an open stage night started happening, and I was like, I guess I'm going to do it now or never. And I loved it. I loved the stage. I love just the transformation in general.
Yeah, because I mean, that last picture we had up there, I think that was more a newer photo, and I mean the sort of the composition, the way you look, everything about it was great. I mean, it's clearly somebody who's enjoying what they're doing. That said, what do you get out of performing besides the tips? I mean, is there, oftentimes I hear performers talk about, oh, I get to be someone else. I mean, is there an element of that for you?
Oh, definitely. I think there's definitely a little bit of a, like, I can let.
There you are performing, by the way. See, there's the tips that we were talking about.
Right. I can let, like, a little bit of a crazy side out. I think also everybody has a masculine and a feminine side inside of them, and I think that it gives me a way to express my femininity. I also just love the creative aspect of it. It's definitely my creative outlet. I've always been an artist in some way. I'm a musician as well, so just getting to be on stage. I mean, if you're doing it for the tips, you're probably not doing it right.
Yep. Well, and I want to stop for a minute because we're watching, or look at the video for a minute because we're watching this. You're performing. You look great. It looks effortless, but as we all know, anything that looks effortless isn't.
Right.
How long does it take you to get into that outfit and get into that face? I mean, I think I have an idea, but you know, what would you say?
If I have the time that I want, where I can like have a glass of wine and listen to music while I'm doing it, I'll take 3 to 4 hours to get ready.
Yeah. Well, and there's got to be a cathartic process for that too, right? That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very. My roommate makes fun of me. Like the moment that first makeup brush hits my face, like it's Vidalia.
So
like,
that's the transition.
Like
as soon
Jared's
as that first.
gone. Jared's gone as soon as the makeup hits the face. Like,
well, and I know you as both, and I mean I feel like you're witty and funny as both, but there are definitely distinct differences. We've only got a minute left, so I don't want to keep running my mouth. I want you to talk about the journey to the pageant and then sort of the GoFundMe page.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm competing for the Miss Gay USofA title, which Aurora Sexton is the current reigning for that. That's in May. May 23rd through 26th is the pageant. So right now I'm just in the process of having gowns designed and made, getting my talent package together, getting my interview package together, figuring out how we're going to get there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a big fundraising project is really the biggest part of it. So I do have a GoFundMe page set up. That's been an excellent way to start raising some funds. I've had some donors kind of reach out to me personally as well. So we've put a dent in it, but there's still a ways to go.
Well, and I think it's important to note that you're not just going, the fundraising is for you, but it's also to make sure that you're representing Nashville.
Yeah,
I mean, so it's not like you're just going to pocket this money and go to Walmart and buy a gown.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of preparation that goes into this.
Absolutely, yeah, and representing Nashville, representing the state of Tennessee, representing the USofA pageant system, and then should I win, that platform that comes with it. I mean, I'm going to go on to represent myself, but also a community.
Well, I hate to cut you off because I'm going to be there to watch it. We'll have more later, but we've got to get out of here, okay? And so thanks for watching. That's all the time we have tonight. But you can follow us on Facebook for breaking news and watch us anytime on OutandAboutToday.com. Good night.